Good morning. You're being asked to slow down so that you can see the evidence of the new life you've already entered. We have the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Cups. Now, let me just spell it out simply, like the equation here. Keys, perspective, fun. This is how these are reading to me in the context of this reading today. The High Priestess, while this energy can be a representation of keys, this is that portal. It's like the entrance, the gateway, which is also a potential exit. So when I'm feeling this new life that's in this reading, this new life that we are likely already aware of, right? The keys could be signs. I'm getting very loud. It's signs. Because the Hanged Man is giving slow down so that you can engage in tuning your perspective. Because there's signals all around you that is evidence of what is unfolding right now. You made a decision and it's like, I feel like it's in your face. And this is an opportunity to have fun with what is showing up for you. It can be showing up through emails, through billboards, through the content you're watching. You might be, like if you walk out, I walk in the city, so sometimes I can just stuff on the ground. There might be some messaging on the ground, anything, license plates, okay? Types of people that you see. Pay attention. It's not about searching, and this is the key here. This is, with the Page of Cups here, may not be a major arcana, but the energy is equally important here. And the reason why I feel like it's not a major arcana is because it's supposed to re-emphasize that lightness that comes with that playful energy, going with the flow. When you're seeing these signals, it's not because you are looking for them. That's one of the key factors here. You're not looking for it. You're noticing where you are naturally, your tension naturally is flowing. And if you are noticing that you're locking on too much and it maybe becomes a more miserable experience, that's your sign. It's your signal to, like, maybe I can ease up off of that story. Or what emotions, what did I just feel? Why do I even have emotions around that? Okay, well, if that's still there, I'm clearly not tired of being tired of that situation, because you know the difference between wanting to keep something up and wanting to disengage. But if there's still some energy there, then clearly there's still something to work with. Or maybe this is an opportunity for me to just finally decide, do I want to keep this? What is this going to mean to me? This is like pure creativity. And I feel like it's because of that lightness that you're adding this time, because I feel like a lot of you are definitely, I mean, especially like astrology and tarot and everything, signs. I mean, it's nothing but me talking about symbolism here, right? But it's allowing yourself to define what it means for you. So let me use an example. All of the negative tarot cards are my favorites. Because even back then, when I was still a hyper vigilant, anxious mess, I said, it doesn't make sense for me to have received a deck, purchased a deck, and me be terrified of the images, the cards that I'm choosing to hold in my hands. First of all, they are just pictures. And of course, like say the devil card, the picture of a devil card to someone else triggers a different feeling, but I don't have to have the same response. And if I'm choosing to be in position of advisor, position of a space, a portal, why should I be afraid of anything? I should learn how to neutralize my own response to that so I can teach other people how to neutralize it, because it's not about trying to be in control and trying to like obtain more and more power. It's about remaining in the power that was already there. You see, and I love that this Hanged Man, it's that, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I love the nudity in this deck, because it's your body being the instrument will be so clear. Many of you will be fine-tuning how to be the vessel. This is like really, really getting your sixth sense together. Refining that intuition. For some, this is, when it comes to portal, you'll be paying attention to what you're consuming. I don't know if fasting is important to some of you, but maybe fasting or let's say, retreating from a particular substance for a while. Like, even if you, like, say, like, recreational, just taking, like, a break from that. But I have a feeling, like, it might just naturally happen for some of you. You might notice, I'm not really reaching for that anymore. Or, normally I'm doing this, but I woke up thinking something else, doing something else. I think there is a shift in your routine that you may have already noticed. And if not, it's happening now. Because the way you're thinking, the way you're interacting, a lot of you who are here, you have decided to, like, tap out of the game of this, that, this, that, this, that. And because now you're in this place, in your body, in the same environment, you have no choice but to see how you're reacting to it. Like, from an observational perspective. You're noticing the keys, or in some cases, the signs or triggers. You're noticing the equations that are put into place to create certain portals. You're much better at, for some of you who care about vibration, recognizing vibration. And I just heard this, and you're not weaponizing spirituality to justify what you're acknowledging here. Because sometimes it's like, you may go, look, I'm a spiritual person, so what I'm feeling has to be right. When sometimes it's like, actually, it's a trauma response. Okay? Been there, okay? Now I feel like, because we know more of a steady atmosphere, despite everything going on, we still know, because I feel like we've created maybe a control environment. For instance, I've told you, I like my apartment, I have been, like, really tuning into the interior design, making it comfortable for me, what I want right now. Paint my walls pink. I've never thought to do that before. And I'm now doing a theme. But you see, like, it's not, when I say control environment, it's just a space that's for me, that I'm invested into. Right? Because peace, how it's manifesting me, that's my priority. And because of that, it's allowed a lot of noise to reduce. So what's going through my body, surging through my body, is not as noisy and loud. So naturally, I'm not as anxious. So that means I can slow down without it feeling like a threat, because anxiety doesn't want you to slow down. But when we want to calm down with anxiety, what do? Panic attack. Breathe, right? And there's oxygen in water. So when we are noticing how our emotions are flowing throughout the day, where our perceptions, because then there's that spirituality too, where our focus is, our perception, our beliefs, what are we saying? What are we justifying? What are we resisting? What invisible prison are we creating for ourselves that naturally have us tune into the themes of that prison? In fact, if we're learning more about our bodies, and let's say this is even a connection to childhood, some of us realize that we were trained, let's put it this way, our brains were trained on pressure. So you have the habit of creating invisible prisons. And you see that 12? It's like a clock. Okay, I know that's not military time, but you know what I mean. Like, okay, I'm thinking of an analog clock, okay? If your brain was trained on something like pressure, yeah, a habit of creating these invisible prisons, that's going to be your job to undo. But the more you undo it, the more and more you undo that, the more you realize, my spirituality is more, even if you can't quite define it, my spirituality to me, for some it's resurfacing. It's allowing it to resurface. For some it's like, I'm allowing myself to float. I'm allowing myself to get in the water. Maybe we were scared of the water. We were scared of going deep. We were scared of becoming that portal. We were scared of becoming that space again, of the unknown. But in the unknown, we're noticing we're not invisible. We're connected. There are signs everywhere. There are signs in this reading for you, just you. This is about having fun with your reality. And it's really hard to have fun when you're taking everything seriously, especially everything but yourself seriously. You know, I'm gonna look at this moon here with this high priestess. Your constellation is all around you. And the universe it's supporting you. You are not alone. It wants to help you connect the dots. That's why it's wanting to tune you into these things. To see, look at what you're creating, and you can be proud of that. If you don't like it, I'll just change it, and I'll shift it for you. But the way that we change things is, you know how they say like love and hate are the same thing? Indifference. There's that piece, there's the middle. Being the coin, realizing I can flip to whichever side I want. But I can also not choose a side. I can just pull back and observe. And play. Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't even have to make that mean anything. Or we might even notice that some things that used to really plague us, now it's funny. In retrospect, it's funny. Even that's a sign that you're in a new life. Because before, maybe you would have been deeply upset about it. But now you're just like, huh. I don't have to be mad about that. See, I feel like we're in a place where we are feeling much more comfortable making choices about what we're going to receive and what it's going to mean as we receive it. We are operating as a portal. We are operating as a proper conduit within our own bodies so that we can actually be connected with what is the energies that are constantly flowing around us, whether we can see them or whether they're invisible. This time may feel very magical. I feel like there's significantly less worry that is like tangled up within your body. Like the brambles are a little bit clearer. I truly feel that this Hanged Man here is your awareness that being a human means you will face moments of pause and slow down. This is that I'm seeing like the 12 and how on the analog clock, how it, for a full day, it has to hit this point, this top point twice. And I feel like there's such a strong awareness within you now about how important rest and recovery and receptivity are. Yes, there will be a time to take action. There will be a time to do. But it is equally important to pull back and slow down so that you can actually do and take action on what you want, what resonates with you, what inspires you. Then that childlike energy won't feel so threatening, and you won't punish yourself when you won't want to do something. You'll see the value of resting the instrument, the vessel that is you. And you'll have way more fun with the signs out there. I think your relationship to the chaos, what you've done to change it, I'm gonna boldly say here, I do think that many of you are seeing or absolutely will see a very obvious sign that you are not in the same place anymore. And you don't even have to go somewhere different. What you see, there's something around today that says, oh, it's coming. Everything else that you want with that life that you were really, really gunning for, it's here. It's here. So just keep playing, keep having fun, seeing all of the signs confirm to you what it is that you put out there. It's just nothing, I think it's just nothing but confirmations that you can be receiving now in this space of quiet, in the space of not overly doing anything, right? Just taking care of the necessities, retreating when appropriate, resting, and renewing your relationship to rest instead of punishing yourself with it. Falling in love with it, which is essentially falling in love with you. Loving on you, experiencing that love, and seeing how you are this, okay? So thank you so much for joining me. I intend that this was helpful. I intend that you feel more encouraged and that all of this resting that you're doing is of value to you, and that you continue to define what any signal means to you. That includes thoughts, right? And that you remember that it's okay for you to remain in your power. And it's also okay for you to notice what tries to take you out of it. But then just pull yourself back. Keep it light, keep it cute. Keep going with your flow, okay? Let me put it this way. It only needs to make sense to you, friend. All right? So with that, I love you very much. Please do your best to keep the faith as always. And I look forward to channeling for you next time. Bye-bye.